Hey, what's going on? I bet you I got that. Whoo. That girl been in straight chill mode. Look, I just recently came from off of a mini hiatus. I had to basically, take a break, and I wanted to come on here and I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I am the queen of beast mode. And most of you, you see me, you see me working, you see me grinding. And at the end of the day, you're like, dang it, August, she just doesn't stop. And I don't want to give the wrong illusion. And I know that we listen to a lot of people and they say, crank it out, beast it out. And for those of you that have been following me for a while, some of you on YouTube that are watching, you don't know me like that, but a lot of you that are watching this, you're in aclive.co and you know about me and my books and my summits and my coaching program and how I move. And most people will be like, August is always doing something. And I am. But there's some challenges that we face, right, when it comes to building a business. And one of those primary challenges is the fact that we often feel unsupported. We often feel overworked. And you reach these periods where it's like, I know I need someone to help me with these kids, but you are like, but the money can only go so many ways. And so you're like, don't I do daycare? Some of you know that you need a VA to help you. But once again, you're dealing with that dilemma of, oh gosh, that's money that I got to fork out. And you could find yourself sometimes warring with making decisions in your business based off of what your current circumstances are. But at some point, you have to say, you know what? I have to just do what it is that I know that I have to do and allow the pieces to fall together. And so when me and my husband got together, one of the things he always tripped off of with me is I'll be like, oh, we got to move or we got to do this. And he'd be like, okay, well, how are we going to do it? I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to get done. I just know that we're going to be able to do it, and things would just always work out. And it's pretty much even that way with me right now. Like I have a trip that I'm going to in December. When I look at my budget, you guys, y'all don't know how anal I am about money. My budget did not include a trip to Orlando, Florida in December. But you know what? I've been grinding and grinding and grinding so much that it's like, when's the last time me and my family went somewhere together? And you're talking to a girl who, even back in the day when I roller skated, I would go and catch up with some friends. And every other Wednesday night, we would ride down to Memphis, like get on the highway at 5, get down there at 9, skate till 1 o'clock in the morning, turn right back around and drive back to St. Louis. I would go to Chicago over the weekend just to, go to basically like a family reunion for skaters. And so I'm used to moving. I was raised with a family, we would go to Memphis and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I've been to, in Arizona, in Dallas, and in Houston. I was used to getting around and going to different places. But when you start running your business, a lot of times you can find yourself constantly stuck behind this computer. And so some people try to balance that out by making sure that they meditate and pray and do those things. But sometimes you literally do just need to shut everything off. And I do that periodically, but it's been a while since I've done it. Like I'm going to a hotel, I'm leaving my husband and the kids. And so for us, that dynamic, that's a big deal because we're the only ones in the city where we're at, and we don't have family here. And so we finally found someone to, have watch the kids for a few hours a week because we want them homeschooled. We don't want them in, I can have all kinds of free time. All we gotta do is just put them in regular school. But that's not my intention. That's not what I want for my children. I want them to be educated in a different manner. And so, it's one of those things is give and take. If you give this and you do this, and while you're constantly fighting a war, because most of you that follow me are older women, to say that I don't want that old life that I have. I want something different. I want something new. And so you're getting rid of the old, carving in the new, and making adjustments all the while. But some of you don't understand that the reason why you're stuck and you're like, okay, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out, is because stress will stifle creativity. And so if you could just woosah sometimes and just come back and breathe, then all of a sudden you'll dish stuff out. And so sometimes my tribe, they'll look and I'll be like, oh, I got a great idea. And then bam, just crank out a full landing page. And they're like, where in the world did that come from? But that's because I had the thought in mind. And then instead of trying to force it out, I would go do something meaningless or let my brain shut down for a second. And you want to know why? Because I need the divine to download something to me. I need something that's already in me to spring up and to come out instead of me trying to force it. And so I just really wanted to encourage you guys today. I've been kind of MIA. in the group, on the site, period. For two reasons. One, looking into some technical glitches. This has been my technology hell weekend as well. But looking at some technical glitches that keeps making my CPU usage go up, and I've been doing all kind of things to make adjustments to stop that. It's not affecting you guys, but it has been affecting me as far as me not, the site moving a little bit slower than it should. But then it was also because I said I need to woosah. And so I'm doing a lot. You guys already know that I'm prepping for the summit. I'm about to launch another program. I'm steadily promoting too for my one-to-one clients and so on and so forth. And so there's a lot going on. I still have the podcast. I'm constantly moving and going. And so, yes, we want to be like the greats. We don't want anybody else to beat us working. We want to make sure that we've given it our all. But know when you've given it so much, because even the greatest boxers, even if it's they got to something, they got to sit back in the ring. Even the greatest football players, guess what? You have off season. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when you train and you condition yourself. And part of training and conditioning is sometimes releasing. I'll share this last piece of wisdom with you. How many of you are familiar with David Goggins? I love David Goggins, and I read his book, which was absolutely phenomenal. And he was talking about how he reached this point, like after years of running all of these long ass marathons and doing all of this stuff, that he his body shut down on him, and the doctors didn't know what to do, and he was Mr. Navy SEAL himself was stuck. I mean, if you read his story and see the things that he did, you'll be like, oh my freaking god, I can't believe this man did all of this stuff. But he reached a point where his body shut down, and while they could have done surgeries and put him on pain medications, his resolve in order to heal himself was to stretch. His iliopsoas, he had to do that. He had to stretch his arms, his back, his neck, his fingers, his toes. He had to stretch. He had to learn to relax. I mean, we're talking like more than 6 hours a day. So where some people go to the gym and spend like 2 hours a day in the gym, he was literally, his daily life was just to stretch. And that's what healed his body. And so sometimes we don't realize it, that that's what we need in order to heal our business. And so that's my advice for you all today. I can't wait till I come back into the group, get some things crack-a-lacking. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, please remember that you are welcome to come and check out the site. aclive.co is a new online community that I've established that's based on relationships, not algorithms. There's no crazy wonky BS. It is a site that's predominantly geared towards marketing towards Black women, because I want an atmosphere that's rooted in our morals and our grounding and our standards. But I don't discriminate against men or any other race. If you just want our vibe, and this may sound kind of crazy, right? And some people may like me saying this and not like me saying this, but I just want to make sure that I say the right kind of things to attract the right people and repel the wrong people. But almost everything that we ever do in society already has that white male flavor. It's based on the dominance of what they believe is important. It is, I'm a masculine woman, but where's the femininity? Where's the understanding or the respect for what we feel or what we think or what we go through? So you got the woman thing, and then you also have the race thing. It's not about pulling a race card or any of that. It's just about making sure that we establish something that is firmly rooted and grounded in our principles and our moral values. So until the next time, I'm going to get my butt out of here, and I love you all. Deuces.